The previous way you could fix that is you could put in a recirculating pump, which is an additional cost, an additional job, an additional expense. And all it does is you take it to that furthest fixture in the house, and every so often it would circulate that hot line so that ideally when you do turn on your hot water, you don't have to wait as long. What's cool about the new ones is they have that recirculating pump built in.
One thing that I really like about tankless versus a tank, let's talk about the difference real quick. So you have a tanked water heater and you have a tankless water heater. So of course, it's kind of plain and simple. The tanked water heater is either like a 40 gallon, a 50 gallon, 75 gallon, could even be 100 gallon. Most time that's going to be more commercial, but 50 gallons or whatever the size is of water sitting most of the time in the attic or in your home, and it's constantly reheated over time. So it's constantly heating whether you're there or not, unless you turn it off. A tanked water heater is just a problem waiting to happen, in my opinion, where if you have a crack or it busts or leaks, it can flood your home, and that's an insurance claim. Then you have to be put out of your house. It's just a whole mess. The tankless water heater is exactly that. There is no tank. Water is then brought into the tankless and it's heated as you need it. It doesn't slow it down anymore. Like I said, it's going to heat over time throughout the day, multiple times a day, whereas a tankless is only going to heat when you turn the hot water tap on.
That's what I think a lot of people don't understand is like they think that the water in the tank gets hot and then it stays there and it stays hot forever. That's not necessarily the case. There's a thermostat in there, and then when the heat transfer happens through the insulation of the tank and the temperature in the tank goes down, it has to reheat itself. And so you could be, when you're at work at the lake for the weekend or when you're on vacation, like your tank water heater is sitting there heating the water that you're not using. And not only from a gas perspective, it's the tanked water heaters 80% efficient, or whatever. It's got the standard natural draft motor, but they're less efficient than the 95% or 98% tankless. And so not only are you heating water that you're not using, but it's being less efficient doing it while it's doing it more often.
Right.
And so, you're doubling or tripling your utility spend. One thing that's really cool about the newer tankless is the built-in recirculating pump. A lot of people don't know what that is. So previously you would have a tankless water heater. As you turned on your hot water, it would heat up the water going through the tankless, and then it would go throughout your piping system and then come out of your faucet. And it would take however long it takes from that water to get from your tankless to whatever fixture you just turned on for that to become hot or feel hot. The previous way you could fix that is you could put in a recirculating pump, which is an additional cost, an additional job, an additional expense. And all it does is you take it to that furthest fixture in the house, and every so often it would circulate that hot line so that ideally when you do turn on your hot water, you don't have to wait as long. What's cool about the new ones is they have that recirculating pump built in, and so it's just built into the tankless. You don't have to do an extra job. It's not necessarily additional cost. Normally it takes 2 minutes to get from your tankless to your kitchen sink. It might take 30 seconds now. And what's great is that it's the added convenience without much additional cost because they built it in and they're not much more expensive. So I really like that feature about them.
That's one thing that after talking with our master plumber on staff, Mr. Claunch, we move forward with 95% of the time, unless the customer doesn't want it, we're going to install a tankless with a recirc pump on it. That way we don't have to then turn around and say, oh, you wanted that, we got to charge you more money. We're going to be upfront with what we're providing, and if you want something that doesn't have that in there or want to try to save some money on it, then yeah, we can look at one without a recirc pump, or we can go back to a tanked option. But the recirc pump, without a doubt, is worth every penny.